Student, welcome to our channel. Today I am going to teach you science and technology development in ancient India. So let's start it. India has always been a great contributor in the field of science and technology. From making the best steel in the world to teaching the world to count. India has a strong tradition of science and technology. India has been the land of sages and seers, but it has also produced great scholars and scientists long before the modern laboratories were set up and research works being done. Since ancient time, India has made significant contribution in the field of science and technology. Some of the important contributions made by the Indians are as follow. First we show on astronomy. In ancient time, religion and astronomy used to go hand in hand. The planets were considered as God, so their movement were closely observed. The study of planet proved to be very beneficial for the agriculture activities on account of their connection with changes in seasons. Some of main contribution of the astronomers are as follows. A. Explanation of lunar and solar eclipse. The scientific explanation of solar and lunar eclipse was first given by Aryabhat around 1500 years ago. B. Distance between Earth and the Moon. Aryabhat calculated the exact distance between the Earth and the Moon. C. Movement of planet. Aryabhat measured the circumference of Earth and also pointed out that that some sun is stationary and earth rotates on its axis and revolve around the sun. Aryabhat also calculated the position of planets. Furthermore, Varamihir stated that the moon revolves around the earth. He even explained the movement of various planets. D. Attraction force among celestial bodies. In the 12th centuries, Bhaskarachar quoted the object fall on the earth due to the force of attraction by the earth. The earth, planet, constellation, moon, and sun are held in their orbits due to this force of attraction among celestial bodies. Now we are going to see on mathematics. The Indians made three very distinct and notable contributions in the fields of mathematics. These include the notation system, the decimal system, and the use of zero. Not only this, the Indians were also well aware of the use of weight and measurement and trigonometry. First, we see the notation system. A. The notation system was developed by Bhaskara I in the 7th century. Earlier, the numbers were not written in figures but in words or allegories in just like picture form and organized in verses. For example, 1 was written as moon, 2 was written as twins or eyes, 5 was denoted as the five sense, and so on. The Indian notation system was adopted by the Arabs and through them it spread to western world. The Indians numerals are called Arabic numerals in English, while the Arab themselves called their numerals Hinsa. Numerals are found in inscription of Ashoka which were written in the 3rd century BC. Second is the decimal system. Indians were the first ones to use the decimal system. The world famous astronomer and mathematician Aryabhat was well acquainted with it and one of the students of his astronomical school. Bhaskar was the first mathematician to write the number in the decimal or positional system. C. Use of zero. The concept of zero was first given by an unknown Indian mathematician. Since the time of its discovery, the Indian mathematician considered zero as a separate numeral and it was used in the sense in arithmetic sums. The Arab learned and adopted it from India and spread it into the Europe. D. Weight and measurement. The study of construction in the Harappa civilization shows that the northwestern Indian had a sound knowledge of measurement and geometry. This knowledge may have benefited the Vedic people as well. The evidence of Indian people's knowledge of these standards appear in Sulvashutra, which is also known as text on geometry. In the 2nd century BC, Apastamba produced a practical geometry for the construction of altars at which the king called offer sacrifices. It described acute angle, obtuse angle, and right angle. Now we go to trigonometry. The rules for finding out the area of triangle, which led to the origin of trigonometry, were given by Aryabhat. Now we move to chemistry. Indian craftsmen have contributed much to the progress of chemistry. Indian dyers were able to invent long lasting colors. The colors made in India were so lasting and lustrous that they are still intact in the cave of Ajanta. Indians were first ones to discover blue color. Similarly, Indians were expert in the art of making steel. This craft was first developed in India. The steel made by craftsmen was so good that it was exported to many different parts of the world. From the early time itself, later, it came to be known as woods. The steel swords made by the Indian craftsmen were of such superior quality that no other country could match up with that. They were in great demand in the entire region from Asia to Eastern Europe. Now we move on medicine. In ancient societies, the remedies recommended were full of magical charms and spells. Therefore, the medicine could not be developed along the scientific lines. Indian physicians studied human anatomy very closely. They devised method through which the disease could be diagnosed and then cured. The earliest mention of the medicines has been given in the Ayurveda. In the 2nd century AD, India produced two famous scholars of Ayurveda, Shushruta and Charka. Shushruta, which is also known as the father of surgery, composed his text Shushruta Samhita during this period in which he mentioned the procedure and instrument involved in surgery. Shushruta also mentioned methods to sterilize the instrument after the surgery. He described the method of operating cataract, stone deposition in body, and several other ailments. He even mentioned about plastic surgery in his book. In the treatment of diseases, he has laid special emphasis on diet and cleanness. Cleanliness. Some of the surgeries performed by him include nose surgery, removal of dead fetus, and removing stone from urinary bladder. Charka wrote Charak Samhita. The book is considered as an encyclopedia of Indian medicine. It discusses the procedure of Ayurveda and lays down the concept of balance among three doshas called Vata, which is also known as wind, Pith, which is also known as fire, and Kaph, which is also known as water. The book describes various types of fever, leprosy, hysteria, which is known as mirgi also, and tuberculosis. It also dealt with the Kaya Chikitsa branch of Ayurveda. The book contains the name of a large number of herbs and plants that were to be used as medicine. Charaka places special emphasis on diagnosis of disease, anatomy of human body, and development and causes of malfunctioning of the human body. Now, the last topic is navigation. Indian obtained the knowledge of navigation and they contributed to the craft of shipmaking. The history of Indian shipbuilding begins right from the time of Indus Valley civilization. The Rig Veda, one of the four Vedas, documents the various part of a vessels. For today, it's done. Now we will meet in another classes. So for today, thank you so much.